Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're breaking down the absolute chaos of the 2026 Chinese Grand Prix. Seriously, this was a race that had everything. A shocking start, technical failures for the champion, and some wheel-to-wheel battles that we'll be talking about for years to come.
And the drama really began before the lights even went out. This quote just perfectly sets the scene. Right away, there were signs that the top team was in trouble, a hint that this entire race was about to get turned on its head. So with the stage set for a huge upset, the race finally got underway. And right from the start, that chaotic energy immediately shook up the entire order. I mean, everything changed in a flash. The young rookie, Antonelli, he tries to defend his pole position, but Lewis Hamilton in that Ferrari gets an absolutely phenomenal launch. He sweeps around the outside into turn one and snatches the lead. The crowd went wild. All of a sudden, Antonelli found himself just trying to hang on to second place from a charging Charles Leclerc. Okay, so as the leaders are battling it out, you were probably asking yourself this exact question. Where is the most dominant driver on the grid? The one everyone expected to be leading from the front was just completely out of the picture.
Well, here's your answer. Max Verstappen lost a staggering 6 positions right off the line. It was a disastrous launch that completely torpedoed his race from the very first second, leaving him buried deep in the midfield.
So with the champion way back in the pack, all eyes shifted back to the front. And that's where the 19-year-old rookie sensation, Kimi Antonelli, decided he wasn't about to sit in second place for very long.
And yeah, he did not wait around. Kimi Antonelli just used his car's straight-line speed to power right past Hamilton and take back first place. The goal was simple: get into that clean air, control the race from the front. It was a remarkably mature move for such a young driver. And not long after, his teammate George Russell, who's leading the championship, he makes his own move. He just breezes past Hamilton, made it look easy. And just like that, you've got a stunning Mercedes 1-2 leading the Chinese Grand Prix. Now, behind that leading Mercedes pair, this is where the most intense, the most dramatic, and frankly, the most breathtaking fight of the whole race just exploded. We're talking about the two prancing horses of Ferrari going head-to-head. Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc, oh man, they started this spectacular multi-lap duel for that final spot on the podium. They were trading positions back and forth. It was a mesmerizing display of hard but fair racing that had everyone totally captivated. You could hear it in the voices of the commentators, and everyone watching was holding their breath. These two teammates were pushing each other to the absolute limit, risking contact at almost every single corner. Neither one was willing to give an inch. I mean, this whole sequence was just incredible to watch. Leclerc had a little bit more battery energy, so he'd dive past Hamilton. But then Hamilton would show this amazing commitment to come right back at him. They were swapping places constantly, but, and this is the key thing, while this was fantastic entertainment for us, all this fighting was playing right into the hands of the race leader. And this really shows you the strategic impact of their fight, right? While Ferrari was putting on a show, Kimi Antonelli was just cruising out front, building this massive, unassailable lead. He could save his tires, save his energy, while his rivals were just burning up their rubber with every single move. But while that whole podium fight was raging on, let's not forget about the champion. Max Verstappen's really, really bad day was about to go from bad to a whole lot worse. And then we get this desperate radio call that explains everything. Verstappen reports a total loss of power coming out of the corner. His car just can't accelerate. And the reason, well, it was a frustratingly familiar one for him. The issue was a recurring problem with his turbo spool. So what does that mean? Basically, the turbo just wasn't spinning up to give the engine the boost it needed. And this was the third time this season that a little technical gremlin had just completely derailed his race.
And in the end, there was just nothing they could do. The problem was terminal. The call came from the pit wall to bring the car in and retire. And that was it. The reigning champion's frustrating day was over before we even got to the halfway point.
So, with the champion out and the key battles pretty much decided, the checkered flag waved on what was a truly history-making result for this chaotic Grand Prix. 19-year-old Kimi Antonelli crossed the line to take a sensational first victory. He was followed home by his teammate George Russell, which secured a dominant 1-2 for Mercedes. And Lewis Hamilton, he finally did it. He took his first ever Grand Prix podium for his new team, Ferrari. Now, to really understand the scale of what Antonelli did,
Think about this. He became only the 116th driver in the entire history of Formula One to win a Grand Prix. He just etched his name into the record books forever. And he did it at just 19 years old. That makes him the second youngest Grand Prix winner of all time. I mean, what a truly monumental day for the young Italian. And so, this wild race leaves us with one big question. Was this whole thing just a total fluke, a perfect storm of upsets? Or did we just witness the true arrival of a future champion, and maybe even a major power shift in the world of Formula One?